Nothing happens. Nobody comes. Nobody goes. It's awful.
Tell him to think.
Give him his hat.
His hat?
He can't think without his hat.
Give him his hat.
Me? After what he did to me? Never.
I'll give it to him.
Tell him to go and fetch it.
It's better to give it to him.
I'll give it to him.
You must put it on his head.
Tell him to take it.
It's better to put it on his head.
I'll put it on his head.
What's he waiting for?
Stand back. Think, pig! Stop! Forward! Stop! Think!
On the other hand,
stop! Back! Stop! Think!
Given the existence as uttered forth in the public works of Puncher and Watman, of a personal God, quack, 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 with white beard, quack, 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 outside time, without extension, who from the heights of divine apathia, divine athambia, divine aphasia, loves us dearly with some exceptions for reasons unknown, but time will tell. And suffers, like the divine Miranda, with those who for reasons unknown, but time will tell, are plunged in torment, plunged in fire, whose fire flames, if that continues, and who can doubt it will, fire the firmament, that is to say, blast hell to heaven! So blue, still, and calm, so calm, with a calm, which even though intermittent is better than nothing, but not so fast. And considering what is more, that as a result of the labors left unfinished, crowned by the Academy of Anthropometry, of Essay and Posse, of Testu and Canard, it is established beyond all doubt, all other doubt, than that which clings to the labors of men, that as a result of the labors unfinished of Testu and Canard, it is established as hereinafter, but not so fast for reasons unknown, that as a result of the public works of Puncher and Watman, it is established beyond all doubt, that in view of the labors of Fartoff and Belcher, left unfinished for reasons unknown, of Testu and Canard, left unfinished, it is established what many deny, that man in Posse of Testu and Canard, that man in Essay, that man in Short, that man in Brief, in spite of the strides of alimentation and defecation, wastes and pines, and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more for reasons unknown, in spite of the strides of physical culture, the practice of sports, such as tennis, football, running, cycling, swimming, flying, floating, riding, gliding, canoeing, camogie, skating, tennis of all kinds, dying, flying, sports of all sorts, autumn, summer, winter, tennis of all kinds, hockey of all sorts, penicillin and succedanea. In a word, I resume, flying, gliding, golf over 9 and 18 holes, tennis of all sorts. In a word, for reasons unknown, in Feckham, Peckham, Fulham, Clapham, namely concurrently, simultaneously, what is more for reasons unknown, but time will tell, fades away. I resume, Fulham, Clapham. In a word, the dead lost per head since the death of Bishop Berkeley, being to the tune of 1 inch 4 ounce per head, approximately by and large, more or less to the nearest decimal, good measure, round figures, stark nakedness, stocking feet in Connemara. In a word, for reasons unknown, no matter what matter, the facts are there, and considering what is more, much more grave, that in the light of the labours lost of Steinweg and Peterman, it appears what is more, much more grave, that in the light of the labours lost of Steinweg and Peterman, that in the plains, in the mountains, by the seas, by the rivers, running water, running fire, the air is the same, and then the earth, namely the air, and then the earth and the great cold, the great dark, the air and the earth, abode of stones in the great cold, alas, alas, in the year of their Lord, 600 and something, the air, the earth, the sea, the earth, abode of stones in the great deeps, the great cold on sea, on land, and in the air. I resume for reasons unknown. In spite of the tennis, the facts are there, but time will tell. I resume, alas, alas, on, in short and fine, on, abode of stones. Who can doubt it? I resume, but not so fast. I resume, the skull fading, and concurrently, simultaneously, what is more for reasons unknown. In spite of the tennis, on, the field, the flames, the tears, the stones, so blue, so calm, alas, alas, on, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, the labours abandoned, left unfinished, grave is still, abode of stones, in a word I resume, alas, alas, abandoned, unfinished, the skull in Connemara, in spite of the tennis, alas, the skull, the stones, canard, tennis, the stones, so calm, canard, unfinished!
Avenged!
Give me that! There's an end to his thinking.
But will he be able to orientate himself?
I'll orientate him. Up! Pig!
Perhaps he's dead.
You kill him!